Hi friends, today I'll tell you an interesting story. This case has sent shockwaves across America. So this story is about Alexis Avila, a girl from New Mexico. She just turned 18. As a lot of teens, she had a job, attended high school, and she was dating a boy. So what is wrong with her? Maybe the fact that she didn't know she was pregnant until the day before giving birth. The video, which has gone viral, shows a white car pulling up next to the dumpster at around 2 p.m. on Friday afternoon. Alexis is seen stepping out of the driver's seat, opening the back door and taking a black trash bag from the back seat. She then hurls the package into the dumpster before getting back into the vehicle and driving away from the scene. But according to local law enforcement, the bag didn't contain trash. Inside the bag was the newborn son, which Alexis had given birth to just hours before. Fortunately, 3 people who were dumpster diving found the baby after hearing a cry. They first thought it was a kitten when they picked up the bag. The case unfolded on 7th January when police received a panicked 911 call at around 7:45 p.m. on Friday from someone calling to say they had just found a baby in dumpster.
Hello, 911.
Yes, we just found a baby in the trash. We had just found an infant child
Is it
in
breathing?
the goddamn trash. Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Hello, yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me about the baby?
He's still got his umbilical cord, and he's freezing cold, and he's barely, he's drained, he's very, very, very weak.
Investigators were able to get a partial license plate from the footage, which led them to Avila's family home. There, her parents said it was their daughter who drove the vehicle. And when officers told the parents about the nature of their inquiry, they agreed to take Alexis to the police station.
Can I have some toilet paper for my nose? Sorry.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Give me just a minute.
Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. That's the closest thing I found.
That's fine.
Alright, so, my name's Dan and Craig, okay? I'm Daniel Pez. I'm an investigator here with the Hospital Police Department. Alright, what is your name?
Alexis.
Alexis, what is your full name?
Alexis Avila.
Okay. So before I do ask you any questions, okay, I do per policy and procedure, I read everybody their rights. It doesn't mean anything other than me making you aware of your rights. and you understanding your rights.
Yes.
Does that make any sense? Okay. Do you need any medical attention though before we start? No? Are you okay?
Yeah.
So there are bulletins. I'm going to read you each bulletin. If you have any questions, feel free to stop me at any point, okay? So, of course, you have the right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything at all. And anything you do say can be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that part? All right.
It's interesting that her mother told investigators that she had no knowledge of her daughter's pregnancy. However, some school friends claims she didn't know she was pregnant, telling that she was open about her pregnancy in the fall before she stopped coming to school in December.
So, obviously I got confirmation that you were pregnant, okay? Right.
I found that out yesterday.
You found that out yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more about that.
What do you like?
So how is it that you found out, or how?
Well, I've been having back pain like really bad, and I got in an accident September of 2021.
Okay.
2 years ago. And I just thought that's what it was. And I mean, the pain comes and goes, and so I didn't really think anything much of it. And it just kept hurting, and so my mom took me to the ER, and they just said that I had some kind of spray, and I don't even know what kind it was. And they just gave me medicine for it, and it wasn't helping.
Okay.
But I still didn't think anything much of it. I gave them my urine sample and see if for infection or anything. There was nothing, I guess, I don't know. And then I just kept hurting, and so I went to the clinic, and they did a urine sample, and they told me I was pregnant, and that's when I found out.
You said it was yesterday?
Yesterday.
And where did you go? To what clinic? What hospital?
The one on Del Paso.
Del Paso? Okay, which one? Lee?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
The one under construction.
Alright. Who took you?
Myself. My parents were at work.
Your parents were at work?
Yeah.
Okay. So I believe your mom said that she had accompanied you, or she took you, or she went with you?
No, she didn't.
Okay.
I went by myself.
So, as we can see, Alexis sticks with the story that she found out she was pregnant yesterday. She goes so far as to say that she took a test, but nothing came back. This is either false, since such a test would show a woman is pregnant, or she was in the hospital early in her first trimester. The back pain was likely contractions, but it's highly unlikely that she just found out she was pregnant yesterday, because pregnancy has countless symptoms that would have shown themselves long before actually having to deliver the child.
I mean, that you knew yesterday, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know I didn't know how, and I didn't know nothing. I knew, but I didn't know it was coming today.
Right. So it was unexpected.
Right.
You weren't expecting it to happen.
No.
Did you contact anybody?
No.
Okay, you said you didn't contact your mom?
No, I tried, but I couldn't. I was scared.
Okay, so there's a difference between being scared. I mean, I understand you're young, you don't know, obviously, but if both you and I know that, I mean, pregnancies, they're pretty obvious. Your stomach starts growing, you got several different symptoms and stuff like that.
I didn't know nothing.
Right.
I didn't have nothing. I just thought I was gaining weight. I was eating more. Nothing changed.
So yesterday, whenever you went to the doctor, how far along did they tell you you were?
They didn't say.
They didn't tell you?
No.
Okay. So
that's how I didn't know it was coming today.
All right. So obviously, I'm not a girl. I'm a guy. Right. But I know women have menstrual periods. So how can you not know?
I had my menstrual period every month.
Okay. So that never changed?
Never.
So, but you knew back in August?
I took two. One was positive, one was negative. I took the negative. I didn't.
Okay. What about, as far as you, the gaining weight, any movement, anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. And I know that back in March, is when you spoke to some people and you told them that you were pregnant. So you had prior knowledge, all right? So I'm not going to
Back in March.
Right, you know.
No,
Somebody
I
by the name
didn't.
of Walker. Do you know anybody, a friend of yours, a school friend of yours that I spoke with, and she's the one that told me that you knew that you were pregnant
Walker. I don't
and
know
that you
Walker.
did not want the child?
Walker.
Hmm. Her mom is a nurse at the hospital.
I
She's
don't
a
know
friend
Walker.
of yours. You don't know anybody by that name?
No,
No?
not a Walker.
Okay. Well, that's her mom's last name. But I spoke with her, and she's the one that told me, obviously, that you knew or had prior knowledge. Alright. Like I said, if you gotta be straightforward.
I don't know.
Okay?
I swear I don't know a Walker.
Okay.
So she doesn't deny knowing she was pregnant. Instead, she focuses on the information presented to her by the interviewer that someone named Walker told him about the pregnancy.
Okay,
All,
so you,
literally all day, and I would go to sleep and then go back to the restroom, and go to sleep and go back to the restroom. Just the same thing.
okay. So what time did your day start?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Okay.
As we can see, Alexis continues to stick with her story. She fumbles over answers as she tries to only repeat her rehearsed lines. She even throws in a "to be honest" at the end of some of her statements. People will use a qualifier like this in hopes it will make the statement appear more truthful. When someone is telling the truth, they don't generally feel a need to outwardly state they are being honest after saying something.
I went to sleep, and then I woke up, and I went to the restroom, and I was just trying, and then it came out, and I thought it was poop, and then it wasn't.
Okay. So you were where? And you're at your house?
Yeah, I was by
Okay.
myself.
You were by yourself?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's not normal, right?
Right.
Okay, what happened after that?
I was in a panic. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I was scared.
Okay. What did you do after?
I cleaned myself, and I just left it where it was, and I was scared, and I was trying to call my mom, but I couldn't because I was so scared. I think she's gonna hate me.
She said she panicked and didn't know what to do or who to call, so she cut the umbilical cord, wrapped her baby in the dirty towel, and put him in a trash bag.
I had the trash bag in the car.
Okay.
If you couldn't tell, the car is messy.
Mm-hmm.
But I put it.
So.
And then I put it in the bag. I took it to the car. When I was in the car, I had two trash bags.
Okay.
I took one with me, which is the one that I had, and then I put it again, and then I drove around, and I didn't know what to do, and I just put it in there.
During the whole interview, she didn't ask about her baby, but
Did you seek any medical attention, or no? Did you think about, what could have happened, or what, could end up happening to the baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom said it was in the book. Is it okay?
Okay. They'll be briefing me here as we go, so last I heard the baby's okay. Okay. So, did you just think you would be better off without a child because you're too young?
No, wait. Sorry, go backtrack. What do you mean?
I'm trying to reason as far as
what is in my head, or what?
I'm trying to reason your actions. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Oh.
Yeah, a reason behind your actions.
I knew I was too young, but I knew I would be able to do. I'm about to graduate school. School's not my worry. I have a stable job. Money's not a worry for me.
Okay.
So I would be able to. If the baby's okay, I want it.
Okay. And what if I told you the baby was dead? What would change then?
Nothing.
And unexpectedly, Alexis says that if the baby is healthy and okay, then she wants it back. It's possible that she felt like she could fix or undo what she did by saying that no, she would take the baby. I can't really understand her. The statement may have just been made as a last-ditch effort to make herself look better, probably to the detective, but it doesn't work. So, and who is a father?
So, back in June, you had an incident. I guess you ran away from home. Were you having?
I guess you could say ran away.
Okay, was it the result of this? And
No,
were you having
no.
problems with?
It was a completely different matter.
Okay. So is this the father of your baby, the person you were having issues with, or you were sending
Me.
messages to your mom, suicidal messages, saying that you were going to be with God, and cops were called out to your address in June? Is it, does this have to do, to me, it obviously...
It has nothing to do with him, absolutely nothing.
This is not the person that is
I-
responsible for your baby, or...
I have no clue.
I know this is a lot of questions I'm asking, I'm
Right,
just trying to figure out, like
No,
I said,
yes,
I'm not
I get
here
what you
to...
mean. Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's not a result of this.
He had nothing to do, like, it was...
Right. So it's not him. Is there somebody we need to talk to? I mean, did he do something to you?
No,
That
he
would
didn't,
that would lead to this?
No,
Did he, no?
No.
Okay, but you do know who is the father of the baby?
Yes.
Okay, but he did.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind sharing his name?
Stephen Astorga.
Okay. Stephen Astorga?
Yes, sir.
Do you happen to know his date of birth by chance?
I don't. Sorry.
Do you know more or less how old he is?
He's 16. 17.
Okay.
One of those.
16 or 17?
Yes.
Y'all dated for how long?
About a year and a half.
Okay. So I'm assuming you met in school?
Yes.
You mind me asking what happened, or what, did y'all break up?
We broke up. We just
You broke
wasn't
up.
working out.
Okay. When did y'all break up?
When?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't even remember.
You don't remember? More or less? A year ago?
About August, I think.
Around August?
Yeah. Sometime when, like, the beginning of school.
Okay. So you said things weren't working out?
Yeah.
So obviously if you know enough for you to tell me that he's obviously the father of your child, you should have known when you got pregnant, right?
Honestly, not really.
Not really. But you're able to tell me who it is, so...
Well, he was the only one I've ever been with.
A reasonable person would say that you knew when you got pregnant.
Not, with all due respect, not necessarily. Because, I mean...
Okay. I'm just, putting it
I
out
know
there. You give me information, obviously, but he didn't do
Right.
anything as far as to lead you to do this? Did he? Nothing? Okay.
Steven's father, Oscar, say that his 16-year-old son had no idea that his ex-girlfriend, Alexis, was pregnant. According to text messages between Steven and a friend, he believed that Alexis had a miscarriage and didn't know he was going to be a father until she was arrested for dumping the baby. His family hired a lawyer to help them get custody of the baby, who is currently in the care of the New Mexico Children, Youth and Families Department at a hospital.
Was there a certain subject matter that was being discussed in these messages?
I've been getting miscarriage. One?
About a miscarriage?
Yes.
And what did you understand her message to mean?
Relating to having a miscarriage.
The father says after that conversation, the two never spoke about it again.
Steven's family say that they are doing everything they can do to give the baby, who they have named Saul. Many states, including New Mexico, have said haven't lost that allow mothers or fathers to take an unharmed newborn to a designed drop-off location, such as a local hospital, instead leaving them somewhere else or doing something they will later regret. It's unlikely that Alexis was aware of such a law, and education may have prevented this tragedy from happening. Alexis was arrested shortly after the interrogation and charged with attempted first-degree murder and felony abuse of the child, to which she pleaded not guilty at her hearing. The judge placed her on house arrest, only allowing her to leave for school, work, or a medical appointment or counseling sessions. As well, she is not allowed any contact with her newborn child, nor any man that don't live in her house.
Will stay at home. A judge ordered home arrest. A lot of people unhappy about today's ruling. Jonathan Polasic sat inside the courtroom as the judge laid out conditions for Avila. He takes the story from here.
Good evening, Tatum. Based on the crowd outside this courthouse that you see here behind me and the chatter surrounding everything online, emotions for this case were running high. But for the judge that was presiding over this case, it was all business. He said there were to be no outburst when he read off his decision about whether Alexis Avila would be on house arrest or would be detained. And ultimately, it was a decision that the crowd outside this courthouse did not want. Alexis Avila, you could say she's home free. A judge placing her on house arrest until her trial begins.
We're grateful for the court's decision, and we'll have to be patient as the court winds its way through the justice system.
In the court of public opinion, there's only one place Avila should be, and that's behind bars.
We have a hearing today where we had some hope, and I commend the DA and the ADA's office for asking for this detainment. I feel like the judge ruled wrong. I feel like the defense attorney's argument was flawed.
That's why this group is protesting. Since her arrest, Avila has only spent about an hour in jail.
We got a girl who left her child for dead and threw it in the trash can and put it in with other trash. Getting out in an hour on a $10,000 bond, not paying anything but just a signature. You can't show a pattern with her unless we give her 5 more babies to throw away. I think the one that we almost lost, if not for the 3 Hobbs Angels, if not for them, she left it for dead. He should have detained her.
It's a high-stakes case, the life of a baby thrown among garbage. Kimberly Fields is trying to make sense of it all.
I can't imagine. I'm a mother. I've had a child. The bonding experience, what the baby feels. What did that baby feel like? Upside down or front ways forward? That was their first intro into this life.
Now, there are stipulations with this house arrest, and if Avila breaks any of them, it's straight to jail until her trial. Alexis Avila is only allowed to leave her house for school, her job, a doctor's or counseling appointment, or church if her parents go. And Avila will be wearing a GPS ankle monitor. Reporting in Lovington, Jonathan Polasic, News West 9.
With all of this in mind, Alexis hasn't been convicted of the crime yet, and as she's currently awaiting trial, if convicted, she faces up to 15 years in prison. Thank you for watching this episode. And if you have any interesting thoughts about this case, you can write down below in the comments. And see you the next time in the next episode. Bye. Bye. Bye bye.